Good morning. Hope everybody's had
Good
a
morning.
great start to their week. We're going to jump right into our meditations. You want to relax? Relax your body. Let everything just flow. Relax. Relax your body. Let everything just flow. What is meditation for? Meditation is to help you fall into the right place, the right position, to calm yourself down and speed up, to rest in your vision, to see and feel your vision. In turn, this will help you visualize, control your vision. Learn how to move your energy around, learn your energy. I want you to relax. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Relax your feet, legs, calves, thighs, lower abdominal. Now bring your body to the screen of the mind. See your body rotating in front of you. You can see your body the way you want to see it. Strong, vibrant, prosperous, abundant. Healthy. As you see and visualize your body rotating in front of you, light up every bone in the body. Light up every muscle, every organ. Every cell, every nerve ending, all vibrating with the perfect love vibration, perfect balance, perfect harmony, perfect health. I want you to feel the word love. Feel this vibration and energy of love flowing to and through the body. Become one with body. Every energy center, perfect balance, perfect harmony. Body, mind, soul, perfect unit. Back, shoulders, arms, hands, neck, forehead. Coming back. Welcome back. Calmness is power. When you calm down, we speed up. What many did not understand was that we operate on frequencies. And according to the frequency that we're on, we attract opportunities, we attract possibilities, we attract reality as we see it, because we're vibrating on a frequency. Now, we normally don't say we're vibrating on a frequency. We normally say he has a character, she has a personality. This is their character, this is their personality. And if we don't ask what the character is, we normally ask an individual, what is your name? Then to dig a little further, we may ask, what do you do? What are you doing when you ask an individual, what is your name and what do you do? You're trying to relate to what? Their behavior. Why? You can understand where their mindset is at. So you can understand the way they think, what they're thinking about, what they have been thinking about, so that you can relate in some way and reason to talk to them, to see if there's something you have in common with. Or would you want to reason with someone to see if you have something in common with them? To see if you're in resonant frequency with them. If you harmonize, if you have things equal, if you could share together. If you could benefit from each other, if you could help each other. What we're getting a better understanding is how we think. And how we think sets up a chain of events. All month, we're going over the subconscious, how the subconscious works. What does the subconscious mean to me? How can I relate and reason with what we're discussing today? How is this relatable to my life? What does this mean to my life? Well, it means everything that we are. The better understanding you have about yourself, how you work, the better you can accomplish the things you want in life. The less you know about yourself, the less you know how to develop yourself. Everything in life is about development. If you're not developing, you're staying where you're at. If you're not continually developing, changing yourself, working on yourself, you're staying where you're at. You don't have a choice. For you to even try to go to a different position, you got to develop yourself. For you to desire to have more income, you've got to develop yourself. For you to have more things, you've got to develop. Everything in life is a product of development. Look around you, everybody's developing. And if you're not developing, you'll fall behind. Now, the people that are developing their mind to understand their mind, They're working on developing the only thing they could ever develop in life. Other people will be ahead of everyone else. Why? Because everybody else is thinking about everything outside of themselves instead of themselves. The average individual is not desiring or even thinking about understanding their nature. They're normally thinking of everything outside of themselves, the car, the house, the relationships, money, everything outside. And they miss the one governing factor, the way they think. But if you begin to work on developing your awareness, studying yourself, studying more about your mindset, you're going to have an edge. You're going to have a winner's edge. I'm going to play this video. You would take notes, and we'll come back to the lesson. Power of the subconscious mind.
From a filing cabinet, which every impulse, everything will begin to change because you're going to start to use it properly. The subconscious mind consists of a field of consciousness in which every impulse of thought that reaches the objective mind through any of the five senses is classified and recorded, and from which thoughts may be recalled or withdrawn as letters may be taken from a filing cabinet. The Power of the Subconscious Mind. That's a book written by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And I honestly believe any library is incomplete if it doesn't have that book. It's one of the best books on the subconscious mind I ever read. But you know, even after reading it, and you gather a lot of information, an awful lot of people do not understand it. It's been said by countless authors. If you go to the actuarial department of any insurance company, they'll tell you very small percentage of the population end up financially well off. Less than 5%. Think. 90-some% of our population are struggling all the way through life. And there's no need of it. When you understand the subconscious mind, everything will begin to change because you're going to start to use it properly. Most people are not using it properly. They are using it, everyone uses it, but if you don't use it right, you're toast. It's all over. When you do use it properly, I'm going to tell you, you're going to stand out like a giraffe in a herd of field mice. You're going to be such a winner. You see, the subconscious mind is in every molecule of your being. Think about that. And you, the conscious part of you, your conscious mind dictates what you're going to turn over to it. There's a critical part you want to understand about the mind. First of all, the conscious mind can only entertain one idea at a time. Try and entertain two, you got confusion. All ideas must come from the conscious to get to the subconscious. You cannot go to the subconscious mind any other way but through the conscious mind. So you can't be entertaining positive and negative emotions at the same time. It's one or the other. Make certain you make the right choice, because nothing gets to the subconscious mind without passing your approval. Now, you may give it approval unconsciously. Most people do. That's where the paradigm comes into play. The paradigm, you remember, I talked about it a number of times. The paradigm is that program that's in our subconscious mind that has been put there by someone else, and it's controlling our life. Almost all of our behavior has been controlled by our paradigm. All of our habitual behavior is controlled by our paradigm. Here's another beautiful truth. There are no toll gates between the finite mind of man and infinite intelligence. And that's what you're dealing with when you're talking about the conscious and the subconscious. The subconscious mind is infinite intelligence. That's where everything is. The conscious mind can go there free. Free will. You've heard free will and predestination? There you are. The free will comes from your choice. The predestination, when you put it in, that's it. The subconscious will take it and immediately begin to move it into form. Do you know the manner by which you work with your subconscious mind is very similar to radios, the way a radio works, the vibrations of radio. You know, right now, there's music playing in the room you're in. You may not hear it, but it's there. It's being broadcast in by a radio station. But your ears are not functioning on the frequency that the radio station is broadcasting on. Think about it. What happens is you turn your radio on, they pick up that vibration, they speed it up, and it put it out on the frequency your ears are operating on. Well, what we want to do is understand our mind works exactly the same way. It works through vibration. It works on frequencies. And what we want to do is move ourselves onto a higher frequency, and we can do that through the proper choice of thoughts and then turning it over to the infinite mind, to infinite intelligence, which is the subconscious, which is in every cell of your being. And like that, you'll move on to a higher frequency of thought.
All right, we've gone through quite a bit in those few seconds. And I'm going to go back. How many thought trips did you go on? For every thought trip you went on, he still kept talking. You see, we only gather so much information at a time. For every thought trip you went on, he still kept talking. You were off on the thought trip and you're missing information. Again, an importance on understanding the mind and the way it works. The way you read, the way you think, the way you act, the way you talk, the way you comprehend. I'm going to rewind this, and we're going to break it down a little bit at a time now. And you're going to realize how much you missed.
It's one of the best books in the maybe of a field of consciousness in which every impulse of thought that reaches the objective mind through any of the five senses is classified and recorded, and from which thoughts may be recalled or withdrawn as letters may be taken from a filing cabinet. The power of the subconscious mind. When you understand the subconscious mind, everything will begin to change because you're going to start to use it properly. The subconscious mind consists of a field of consciousness in which every impulse of thought that reaches the objective mind through any of the five senses is classified and recorded, and from which thoughts may be recalled or withdrawn as letters may be taken from a filing cabinet. The power of the subconscious mind. That's a book written by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And I honestly believe any life.
We're going to stop right there. And that was just the beginning, but so much was said. And if you don't understand what was said, you miss the rest of the information because you can't group it together. You don't understand it. The only way you can understand something is by listening and hearing, yes, but it's more about seeing. Seeing with your imagination or seeing with the vision, with the physical movement. Now, what I'm drawing here is what we call the stick person. You want better results. You want to live better. You want to have better results. You want to understand yourself better. This image here is an illustration of the subconscious, the way it works. You want to have a better life. You want to learn how to earn more money. You want to learn how to have better relationships. You want to learn how to improve. You keep finding the same things over and over again. This is completely normal. You keep finding the same amount of money, completely normal. You having a hard time earning more, completely normal. You have a hard time changing yourself, changing your habits, completely normal. The power of the subconscious mind. If you want better results outside of yourself, you want a better life, you need to listen. And then listen to understand. Up here, we have the conscious mind. Down here, we have the subconscious mind. Down here, we have the body. Out here, we have, this is 3D world, 3D. We have results. No accidents. Now, the subconscious mind has stored information. It's stored in a filing cabinet. When you think, that means vibrate. Everybody's trying to find out what's the law of attraction. What's the law of attraction? Attraction is not a law. Attraction is a byproduct, a result of the law of vibration. The law of vibration is what we call the mind. Vibration of what? It is consistently firing and wiring ideas. It is consistently thinking thoughts. Perpetual transmutation of thought energy. That's what the mind is. But what it's doing is consistently thinking from its hard drive. And then it's consistently moving those ideas into the body, and the body feels it. This is the instrument. It feels, the body feels the ideas with the emotions, and it tells the body what to do. It sends information to the brain. The brain sends information to the body. It sends information to the brain. It keeps sending information to the brain. And it's sending information to the body. So everything works to and through you. So the subconscious mind, people don't use it properly. Why? One, they don't know that they were programmed, pre-programmed. People talking about brainwashing, they were already programmed. Everything in your life since the beginning of time, since zero, every word you use, every idea you have was suggested to you. It was a suggestion. Think about it. Every word you have from the beginning of time, every word you've used was somebody else's idea. Now think of your future right now. Think of your present right now. How much of your present, the present that you're living in, was something you dreamed of, created on your own? How much of it was suggested upon you by someone else? You're going to begin to say, well, pretty much everything. Because everything around you was just suggesting. Suggest this, suggest that, tell you this, tell you that. And you've been using their ideas. How much of your life right now can you tell me or tell yourself was something that you envisioned on your own? Came from a higher source? How much of your reality right now is a byproduct of somebody else's suggestion. Right now, you're going to really begin to realize that you've been gathering other people's suggestions. Now I want you to think about all the suggestions that you've been gathering from all those other people. How many of them are living the way they want to live? How many of them are writing their reality, creating their reality? If you've been gathering the information of other people, which we have, what kind of results were they getting? Where did they gather their information from? Why is it so important to understand the subconscious mind? Because it's your whole life. It's been your whole life. And the truth is, the present will keep repeating the lessons over and over again until you learn them. And if you don't learn them, the same day repeats itself. You think it's an accident? That people live the same lifestyle every day, normally for the rest of their life, after 24 to 27 years of age? You think it's an accident they go to the same job, same thing, same place? You think it's an accident people, after they go to university, college, university, within 6, 7 years, life stays more or less the same? They gone as far as the degree could take them. They stop learning. They stop unlearning, relearning. So they repeat the same lesson every day. You see, we were never supposed to stop reprogramming the subconscious mind. So depending on where you stop, when you stopped unlearning and relearning, when did you stop unlearning and relearning? Whatever age you stopped personally developing yourself. When you were in school, you were personally developing yourself. You see, everything from 0 to 7, 0 to 5, 0 to 7 years of age was a suggestion from your what? Your environment. That means your group, from where you came in from. So all of that information went straight into you. And society knows this. That's why they have pushed that everybody must go to school, so that you can continue the process of unlearning and relearning. But they never told you this directly. What you're going to is a deprogramming process and reprogramming process. So that's why you go to school for 250, 300 days a year. So that you can continually unlearn and relearn every day, over and over and over again. But some of you stopped after high school. Some of you pushed to develop yourselves without a degree. And eventually, you find yourself where you've gotten stuck. In a position, in a title, in a framework, and it's hard to go beyond. What they didn't tell you was that if you don't continually develop the mind, stay where you're at. Some of you went to college, went to university, you get a degree. What they didn't tell you, when you stop, according to whatever degree you have, if you don't continue to develop yourself to go beyond what you know, to keep learning what you don't know, you stay stuck again. The majority of people go to college, go to university, and they get an education, and then they stop the unlearning and relearning process. And then from that point on, they repeat the days, thinking that something outside of them is going to change. And it never does. You see, desire and will, only comes in when you are focused on a vision. Desire and will are the thing that causes you to go beyond again, go beyond conditions and circumstances. What we have is weakness of attention and poverty of the imagination because we don't understand the way the mind works. Subconscious was given to us. The ideas were given to us. We use ideas from the past to create the future. Or we can use a vision to create the future. Power of the subconscious mind as well. Subconscious is connected to universal intelligence. It could go anywhere. It could imagine any state. It can also go back to what it knows. And the average individual just keeps going back to what they know. And they become human doings. They just keep doing this and doing that and the other thing over and over again. But when you don't understand the mind, you're locked in this process and you don't know how to get out. You're locked in this process we call life. But life is so much more than just a physical thing. Life is a movement of the mind, then form. And when you don't understand the movements of the mind, how could you ever understand reality and how you live? You won't. You're always going to be upset at him, at her, and them, conditions and circumstances, because you're not looking for the cause. You think it's everything outside of you, but the truth is the movement was the thing that you don't see. And the thing that you don't see is what's controlling reality.
Here's how I want you to understand that's not true. That you have deep reservoirs of talent and ability within you that you can bring to the surface. Now let's go back to Bill Gove. Saying, if I want to be free, and I'm entertain one idea at a time. Try and entertain two. If you go to the actuarial department of any insurance company, they'll tell you very small percentage of the population end up financially well off. Less than 5%. Think. The Power of the Subconscious Mind. That's a book written by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And I honestly believe any library is incomplete if it doesn't have that book. It's one of the best books on the subconscious mind I ever read. But you know, even after reading it, and you gather a lot of information, an awful lot of people do not understand it. It's been said by countless authors. If you go to the actuarial department of any insurance company, they'll tell you very small percentage of the population end up financially well off. Less than 5%. Think. 90% of our population are struggling all the way through life. And there's no need of it. When you understand the subconscious mind, everything will begin to change because you're going to start to use it properly. Most people are not using it properly. They are using it, everyone uses it, but if you don't use it right, you're toast. It's all over. When you do use it properly, I'm going to tell you, you're going to stand out like a giraffe in a herd of field mice.
All right, here we go again. How do we use it properly? Again, you want to hear something. Do you understand it? You only get understanding through constant spatial repetition. And being around the right information. Thinking in images, seeing an image. We need images to understand the mind. The image brings order. We have a filing cabinet. We were programmed 0 to 5, some say maybe all the way up to 7, 8 years old. Subconscious was wide open. This box and that box, they were wide open. We normally just go and do what we know because that's the way we were programmed. We normally just go and do what we know because that's the way we were programmed. Subconscious mind has the program inside of it. Remember, everything around you was a suggestion. Every word you ever received was a suggestion from somebody else. Now you keep gathering the same information to try to go somewhere different out here in 3D world. That's the problem. We don't have problems, we have programming. So if you keep gathering the same suggestions, how could you ever go anywhere different out here? If you keep gathering the same suggestions, you keep going in the same direction. You've got to gather new information. This is why school was so important. You gather books, but you cannot just gather a book solely for the memory of it. You've got to gather a book that you're going to act out on purpose. Act out on purpose. This is what they call educate, educo, to draw from within. So when you take that book and you put it inside of you, you take this book and you put it inside of yourself, but not just for the memory of it. There's lots of teachers, they get paid to teach, but that's why they don't earn much money, because they didn't know how to act out what the book says. If they knew how to act out what the book says, they couldn't afford the teacher because they would earn too much money. When the book is stored for only memory, solely for the memory of it, that's for a test. But that's not getting a physical result outside of yourself. When you store books only for the memory of it, that's for a grade. When you can talk about it, now they'll pay you for it. So that teachers get paid for storing information and talking about it, teaching about it. But then that's where their payroll stops, because they didn't put it all the way down to the action, acting it out on purpose to definite ends. Now, this is where you gather the information. Here's the difference. When you can gather information, one, memorize it for the memory of it, then gather it on purpose to definite ends, two definite ends. When you can gather the information and act it out to definite ends, it's when you create something new. And this is where the world pays you for it. That's right. So when you can act it out to a definite end, let's look at what people have done when they gather and they improve a phone. They pay them for it. They didn't just get the memory of it. They didn't just talk about it. They gathered it and they acted on it to that definite end of selling phones. Look at the person that gathered their memory. They used their subconscious mind not to go to the past. Let's look at the people that created something new. The average individual keeps gathering the information from where they came in from, and they stay on that path the rest of their life. Then there's some people that go to universal intelligence. Very few do this. and go for ideas. What is that? This is called imagining. Now, the individual that uses they know that they got a subconscious. They know that they were programmed. They know they got the beliefs of their district. Listen to me. They know that they got the beliefs from their district, from their family, from their environment, from the district, from the city, from the country. They know that they gathered information that's stored in their hard drive now, according to the people that were around. But they don't go there. They use their imagination and they think from there. See, a lot of people don't understand the way the mind works. We study the mind so we can help people improve their life. Do you want to improve your life? Would you like to have better results? Let's look at where Edison kept going, Tesla kept going, Einstein kept going. Were they gathering the same information from their district? No. Some of them would gather with other scientists from around the world, and they would gather their information. They would think about it. They would talk about it. But they would all put all of that down, and they would all go somewhere else for new ideas. And then they would try their theory out and measure it. They kept going beyond. We call this the imagination. And that's the subconscious mind. They can go to the program, they can go back to what they learned, they can go back to what they know, but they didn't stay there. You want to learn how to go beyond to get better results? You want to have more financial success? They kept going beyond, and they're tapping into infinite intelligence. Where did the light bulb come from? Where did the toaster come from? Where did the coffee machine come from? Where did the phone come from? Right now, we're live streaming globally. You're seeing me live. Where did this come from? You see, the greatest minds have never gone to the district, to the country. Each and every one went beyond. And they began to imagine, what would it be like? And what did they start to tap into? They didn't go to the memory of the past. They're going into the memory of the future. And they're gathering these ideas. Look at this. Gathering these ideas to definite ends. Why is he a genius? Only because he keeps going beyond the conditions and circumstances of the time. Because he chose to. Everyone else just keeps going to gathering the information of the district, gathering information of the city, gathering information of the state, gathering information of the country. Everybody keeps operating at the lowest conscious level, what they can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. Power of the subconscious mind. Now, if you want to learn more about what we're doing, you want to get better results, you want to learn how to live the life you want to live, you've got to understand the mind. We teach people how to win. Winning means growing. Winning means developing. There's no such thing as win and done. We never win anything. We never keep anything. The life that we have right now is temporary. You buy land, it's never yours. It'll belong to somebody else the minute you're gone. What we do want to continue to win or continue advancing is a better understanding. For me, winning is a continued growth and expansion of who you truly are and what you're capable of. And you are capable of so much more. Send us a message. You want to learn more about what we're doing? Send us a message if you want to begin to live the life that you truly desire. Once again, the end of this month, we'll be having a seminar. And we do it at the end of every month. And it's going to be on the subconscious mind, what we were just talking about today. And every Tuesday, we're giving these classes to the public to help you guys to get a better understanding of yourself. Monday through Fridays, we have these classes every day to continue developing yourself through this process. Saturdays are programs, and every end of the month, I don't have the exact date right now, but every end of the month, we have a live, the 30th. Zach just told me we have a seminar on the 30th at 6 p.m. for English, 6 to 9, and Spanish should be the day before. So you guys invest in yourself. Send us a message, and we'll be talking to you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Great day, everyone.